So my name is Heejin Koo and I go by Irene. I'm a current freshman in the engineering school and I'm planning on majoring in operations research, but I'm also interested in minoring in either computer science or economics. Yeah, so I came into Columbia coming in with a wide variety of interests. Throughout high school, I did a lot of startup work, and the startup that I built in particular was related to air pollution and environmental sustainability in that aspect. So coming into Columbia, I wanted to meet with a greater, wider variety of people and really establish a community. So I decided to join the Columbia Organization of Rising Entrepreneurs, otherwise known as CORE, in order to really build upon my love of startups and tie in my passion for environmentalism and other aspects of science within the startup community. So CORE is one of the largest pre-professional groups at Columbia. We're seeking to educate and build and really develop a sense of community for entrepreneurs within Columbia. So you don't necessarily need to have prior experience in startups in order to participate in CORE events. Really, our purpose is to make sure that you have the resources and you're exposed to the entrepreneurial community. So that's what we do, and within CORE there are a lot of initiatives that we do really based on our OCL or operating committee leaders' interests. And one of the primary ones that we just finished is Startup Columbia, which is an entrepreneurship festival, and the Columbia Venture Competition. And both of them, we had different judges and speakers come in and talk to the Columbia community about different aspects of the entrepreneurship. And also we do accelerator programs, which is providing resources for startups called Alma Works. And we do a variety of different panels for either food, fashion, tech. We do company visits, and the thing that I did over spring break and that I helped organize is the Global Tech Treks, in which over the spring break we go to a foreign place for a week and visit startups and really immerse ourselves in the culture and see how the startup culture is different from the United States. So for the Global Tech Treks, I went to Barcelona and we visited different startups. So I guess in the more startup-y sense, I was really impressed that these people that we've talked to who were CEOs, CTOs, COOs, etc., who are really top executive board members, and they were so open to talking to a bunch of college students about how they got started with their startups, the challenges that they face, and they were really willing to mentor us, advise us, and willing to keep in contact with us. So I think my most inspiring one would be the first startup that we visited, which was OneUp, and it was basically supporting boutique hotel services and building a network around that. So it wasn't memorable in the sense that I'd be interested in working for a hotel boutique startup, but I think that was when it struck me that these people are so open to talk to us about their struggles, and they're really nurturing in that way. So I thought I learned so much about startups, and I thought I knew a lot about startups because I've worked at startups before. I worked at incubators, etc. But just the fact that these people were so willing to talk to us was what really awed me. And another one is more of a cultural thing. We went with a group of approximately, I think, 22 people, and they were all of diverse backgrounds and studies. So when you think of startups, it's really, you think commonly of techie people, comp sci people, but because we had all sorts of people, I really thought that this was a good experience for me to meet with people that I normally wouldn't connect with, and we've gotten so many different cultural experiences, like visiting the Park Gill and other Gaudi's architecture, and just walking around in Barcelona and really having that experience was really memorable for me.